Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United, and today we're getting into sort of reaction from social media and things like this. One of the players, in fact, Bill Ayling, obviously we know Bill, has had a go at the fans almost. Um, Shock and frustration, fury last night when he put this Instagram post out amongst fans. Well, a certain group of fans on Twitter and Instagram and everything else. Social media can be a real cesspit at times, can't it? But and I just want to discuss it today. Get your thoughts in the comments there. What of I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. What Bill said on his Instagram post. Basically, Ayling, 250 game, 4 leads on Saturday, marked it with a goal, of course, scored the opening goal in Saturday's 2-2 draw with Newcastle. Um, it was sort of late evening, I think, last night, where he put out a post sort of, saying, wow, 250 games, that's great. The next two are vital, obviously, he said, or the most important, I think he said. Um, and then he goes on to say something about the fans inside, and he put inside in capital letters, emphasising the point. Thank you to the fans inside the stadium, I think he said, or words to that effect. And it's caused fury amongst the fans who weren't inside Ellen Road on Saturday. I wasn't inside Ellen Road on Saturday. Let me know your comments if you were. How was the atmosphere? I did notice the club put an uncut version out, mainly when we don't lose, of the games, the home matches, and I noted the fact that they did put the fans singing Patrick Bamford's name in there to support Bamford, and I believe this was to support Bamford, Ayling, the captain, the on-pitch captain for the day for the game. I believe this was to support his teammate, and that's fine, because the abuse that Patrick Bamford has received has been vile. It's been disgusting. It's just unacceptable to do that sort of thing. He's been targeted since his misgivings and his misfortune against Leicester, that chance he missed. I didn't know until after the game that he took himself off Twitter. Um, but it obviously did before the game, and he'd be thankful for that because he got all sorts of abuse. It's disgusting. The man's got a young family. He shouldn't. Nobody should be um, exposed and targeted like that on social media. But these things, unfortunately, do happen. And Bill's come out all good intentions to support Bamford. And, obviously I'm fully behind that. We need to support the lads. I know everybody has frustrations, and I do believe that Bamford in that game on Saturday was selfish, should have given the penalty to Rodrigo. I think he did want that penalty scored to score it himself. Um, for like a sort of a shush moment, and I'm this to the fans because he's done that before. He does have history in that. He does have form in that. He's done it in the past, hasn't he? When he's coming for criticism online, he scored a goal. I think it was that hat trick he scored against Millwall, and he was like going like this to the fans, wasn't he? He has history with it. Um, but and everybody's has the right to criticise his performances. Obviously, it should stop there. We say, oh, he had a bad game. He should have scored. He this, that, and the other. But it should never go as low down as actually death threats or whatever he had. It's not acceptable. Ailing, like I said, I do believe that Instagram post was to support him, and maybe to support some of the other lads who've had it as well, because Bamford won't be the only one, unfortunately. But like I said, the fans have in their rights to criticise performances because they haven't been good enough, have they? Um, but I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on this. But my overall thought on it really is, Ailing has been a bit misguided and a bit ill advised. I don't know who's advised him. Obviously, his own mind has advised him, probably. Um, you know, his missus has commented as well, and she, everybody knows who she is because she's on the documentary, wasn't she, as well, speaking, I think, when Ailing was heavily interviewed within that, and she, I think, did say, you know, it's not hard, you know, it's hard to see, sorry, coming back and all this, you know, bad mouthing on online and stuff like that, you know, and all that. So she was posting, she was commenting, saying something about Twitter, didn't she, as well? And I do think it because although it was the intentions there were good from Ailing, the way that it's seen immediately online is, hey, he's having a go at everybody outside the ground. You know, all the fans who can't get to the games, you know, all the fans overseas who are watching who don't get to the games. He's basically tarring everybody under those the same, tarring everybody with the same brush as those idiots who are posting vile messages to players. You know, which is, like I said, not acceptable at all. But he's basically in that message, that word in capitals, has basically just thrown a blanket over everybody who wasn't inside the ground on Saturday. And I just, if you're going to say something about fans, just keep it. Yeah, the fans, great. Thank you for your support, everybody. That you don't need to specify whether they were in the ground or not in the ground. Just say thanks for your support. And this is why I'm not a big fan of Liam Cooper as a player, but Cooper is good because he doesn't. He will always. He will never badmouth the fans. He will never do it. And I think that's just stay neutral, stay professional. You've got to stay professional, particularly as the season ticks on to the highest point of scrutiny and stress, because the players are obviously feeling it, the fans are feeling it, things like that just boil up and make things even worse. So if he watches this, I know he won't, but if he does, I'd say just keep it neutral, keep it, you know, fair enough. And I know Mooney came under scrutiny as well, and people aren't happy with him either because he put a load of clapping emojis, didn't he, under you know, as a comment. And I think that was mainly for him reaching 250 games. You know, Alien's been a good player for Leeds over those years. You know, was it 2017 he signed, and 250 games, quite a lot of them now in the Premier League as well. Fair play to him, but he hasn't been good this season. None of them have. And like I said, criticism should come their way as you know, playing their performances haven't been good enough. But you don't take it personally. You don't take it any further than that. Like I said, it's not acceptable and shouldn't never happen. But unfortunately, the idiots are online and social media is full of it. Unfortunately. But just let the people who need to deal with it. I'm sure they are trying to deal with it internally. You don't have to bring it back into a kind of, oh, he said this. Is he talking about me? I wasn't at the game. Not me personally. Well, I wasn't, but I'm talking in general. You know, I wasn't at the game. Is he talking about me? Hey, you know, I support them and I pay me money in other ways to the club and things like that. So it did infuriate people. I'm just giving my opinion on it. I don't think he should have just kept it neutral and shouldn't have said it and keep professional. But at the end of the day, players want to vent their frustrations as well, and he was sticking up for his mate, for his teammate, and everything like that. And I do understand that as well, you know, because it's not nice what he's had to go through, and Patrick Bamford needs to pick himself up and go again. I mean, let me know as well on the whole Bamford thing. Would you start Patrick on Sunday against West Ham? Me personally, I'd bench him. Um, yeah, but let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll be looking forward to the West Ham game probably tomorrow. Um, you know, so check in with me then if you want to. If you like the channel and you're new to it, remember to hit the subscribe button and like the video if you like it. And yeah, I was trying to hit 1,000 subs before the end of the season. That's not, obviously probably not going to happen, but if it does, then fantastic. But I'll keep churning it out and doing the videos and giving my thoughts on all things Leeds United. Give me your thoughts in the comments there below. Thank you very much for watching, marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.